Unbelievable. Our very own brother has been picking out and calling everybody. In fact, he can't even, his words are becoming a real points of concern. I mean, what he has been saying recently with regards to, the whole election and everything is becoming, a real point of concern because he has taken on Obasanjo. He's taken on Obasanjo, and this is what is going on right now. He said when PDP was formed, you were in prison. Soludo Lamido tells Obasanjo that he has no moral right or justification to begin to dictate what happens in the party because he was not even there in the very days of beginning. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. When PDP was formed, you were in prison. Soludo Lamido tells Olusegun Obasanjo, according to a news that was published by the Vanguard newspaper online this morning. It was reported that Alhaji Salud Lamido, who happens to be a chieftain of the People Democratic Party and a former Minister of Foreign Affairs, has reacted to Olusegun Obasanjo's recent comment on Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who happens to be the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was condemned by Olusegun Obasanjo, who told Nigerians not to vote Atiku. Before his reaction, Obasanjo, in a statement he gave last week, said the running mate he picked during the 1999 presidential election was a mistake, referring to Atiku, even though he did not specifically mention Atiku Abubakar. But since the time he said that, some PDP members and other people reacted to it, as they know very well he was talking about Atiku Abubakar. However, Soludo Lamido, reacting to the said word, said Olusegun Obasanjo is a senior man and that Atiku is like a son to him. He said what Obasanjo said about Atiku was nothing wrong, but he could have done that privately, not publicly, because when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers upon the pains inflicted on it. Further speaking, he said, when they formed the PDP, even Olusegun Obasanjo was in prison and never knew how it was formed. And that when the platform was ready, Obasanjo was not even known politically. He came in and became the president. So he should allow others to have free course and not condemn them. Atiku he's talking about gave him opportunity to become the Nigerian's president, because if he had not picked Atiku at that time, maybe the North wouldn't have trusted him to vote for him. So my wonderful people, this is what is happening. They've replied, first of all, PDP threatened Olusegun Obasanjo that they will disgrace him. They will expose him. But up until now, none of those has happened. Yeah, he has not been exposed. He has not been disgraced. He's still Olusegun Obasanjo, and we've not heard anything else. And so if you look at the young man very well, you can see, he said when the party PDP was formed, the Obasanjo we are talking about was not even there. He did not even know what happened. He came in on a platter and just began to enjoy, what people has labored for and all that has happened. And he should not have said what he said about, Atiku. There are so many things that could possibly work against Atiku in this very election. First of all, his house is not in order. Okay, his house is not in order. Nigerians want something fresh. There's a lot of things going on. And he has not done it well to ensure that, he sought out and ensure that aggrieved members, do not feel the way they are presently feeling now. He said Olusegun Obasanjo shouldn't have said that about Atiku because Atiku is like a son to him. Obasanjo said when he picked Atiku, he said it publicly, said it was a mistake picking Atiku as his running mate. We all know how the administration went. It was cat and dogs, like seriously cat and dogs administration all through all that happened. My word, it's not something you can begin to, imagine. It was a real tug of war between the duo. And so at the end of the day, when Obasanjo is to give, a rundown analysis of, the time he spent in office. Some of his regrets is the person he picked as his running mate, putting it as a caution notice out there to everyone and anyone who cares to listen, saying, if you're picking a vice presidential candidate, be careful, because who you pick will either break or mar you. And after saying those words, it didn't really go down well, of course, with the People Democratic Party, who has called Obasanjo to take back his words, or he will be disgraced. He was given 48 hours. The 48 hours has long elapsed, and guess what? The sky has not turned blue. Nothing has happened. The threat has not come true. A lot of us are still waiting to see, because Obasanjo has neither held a press conference or followed through with the threats to say, I have to quickly budge before more things follow. None of such things has happened. Atiku Abubakar now is going for the presidency, will want to become Nigerian president. He is now the presidential flag bearer of his party. However, there are a lot of things that may seemingly be against him at the moment. One, from his own party, that the house seemed not to be in order. Yeah, from his own party, the house seemed not to be in order. And so this young man is saying, well, Olusegun Obasanjo that have said this word that looks very discrediting to, Atiku's, opportunity to become Nigerian's president, was not even there in the first place when those that ran around, that were carrying out the rally round to ensure that, the party was formed and, they have what they have today, and, they are the force of which they are today. Said Obasanjo was not there. He does not even have a clue. He just came in and, just came into already set thing and just, meandered his way in and became the president. He said, so Obasanjo should have remembered that, Atiku is like a son to him, and shouldn't have said that in public, even if he had, his own reservations about Atiku, because everything or anything you say, like they will say in the court of law, could be used against you, and those words, whether you like it or not, has discredited Atiku in some quarters. Not to even talk about the internal party conflict and all those things going on, even within the very party, So he said Olusegun Obasanjo shouldn't have said that. He has been threatened, but the threats has not really surfaced or amounts to anything particular that, anyone could look upon and say, well, this is the threat that has come and this is, this and that and that and that should follow. Well, my wonderful people, it is what it is, and we're waiting or looking forward to see how things will evolve so rapidly fast. So here we are, and this is the time for everyone to begin to, take cue. Leave us a comment. Bye for now.